Hey, this is Baby, and yes, I'm in these spiritual streets. Okay, so I did some quick editing because I want to get right to the point. So I'm telling the part where the young lady, she is asking me about my spiritual gifts.
It's
Okay.
like, oh, okay. And so basically, Spirit's like letting me know. It's like, oh, she want to know what protection skills you have. And then she said, I said, I really don't discuss all that. I said, I'm a protector, and to be a protector, you have to have this triple protection because they're teaching me how to be more protective, to teach others and to help others. And I was telling her, I said, just like I was in a serious accident and I was not fully protected. And not that I wasn't only fully protected, but I was chastised about it through my my spirit guides, which you know I say which is understanding because I turned away from it, and then so she's like, oh, so then she started bringing up. She said, so do your guy? Do he mind you being spiritual? Do he know you spiritual? And I thought to myself, what did my guy got to do with this? I was like, I said, okay, I forgot. This is a karmic. I said, yes, he know that my spiritual. He know that I believe in the Most High God. I said he knows that I am a healer. You know, and she's like, oh, she said, so do you use yoni eggs? And she stopped and looked at me. I said, I laughed just like that, child. I was like, yoni. I said, when need be, I say, but I use my yoni differently. I actually wear my yoni around my neck because I'm protecting from here on up the whole um, area from my neck all the way down to the yoni. She said, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I said, yeah. I said, but I really didn't need to really use yoni eggs for anything else to tighten up, Miss VerJJ. I didn't need that. I like, but, you know, um, I'm telling y'all, when I'm talking to this individual, oh my goodness, Spirit was saying all kinds of stuff that I don't need to be saying. It was like, she need to get out of your panties. She need to get out your drawers. What's wrong? What's wrong? When she trying to figure out what is it that I am doing to my guy that got him where he don't want to be with nobody else. And this actually almost came out her mouth. She said, well, how you be, I'm curious about how different women, how they could keep a man pleased, I said, I'm telling you, I said, when it comes to spirit, if that man is meant to be, she said, you think he's meant to be with you? I said, it's no thinking. I know it. I said, but I'm not the type of female where I'm not going to chase a man and give him all my dividends just to make him be with me. I said, I am a giver. I'll give from my heart and I give when needed. I give when spirit say give. And when spirit tell me to move away, I move away. And so she was like, so what size of yoni do you? I stopped her right before she could finish. What type of yoni? What size of yoni I use? I said, excuse me. I said, if you want to learn about your yoni, Google it. That's a sign you're. And I was like, and it was like, Spirit was like, oh my God, get out of her drawers, get out of her panties. You're trying to figure out if it's the sex that's keeping the divine masculine in my life. Yes, it's the sex, but not the type of sex you talking about. Not the type of sex you think. It's not the toys. It's not the WAP, which It is the WAP. But it's not about that. And I was gonna break it down to her. I'm the type of female, I don't just lay down with anybody. And my divine masculine, he was the sixth person I ever been with in my life. And it was only 3 people that I was with more than 2 times. And to turn it back around, I was celibate for 8 years. So the yoni ain't worn down and tore down and, went through a lot of trials and tribulations, as she has been stressed out. You feel me? The yoni has not been stressed out. So, and if you have a stressed out yoni, that really don't mean too much of anything, but it means that you got to go through a lot of spiritual cleanses and removing who was there before so that your divine can come through. And that is why I believe that he came through so strong and staying, because he know he's the only one in that temple. It's not no yoni egg that's going to keep that man. It's how many is in that yoni. Now, I made sure that, my access is not in that yoni. I made sure the house is clean. You know what I'm saying? He ain't left nothing. He ain't left no shoes. Ain't left no t-shirt. Ain't left no jewelry. Ain't left nothing in the yoni. Nobody's in that yoni. When he came, the yoni was empty. It was polished, it was clean, dusted off everything, looking good. You feel me? And instead of... oh my goodness. But this a clincher. What had happened was... before my divine masculine, how I met him, it was a fight before we got together. It was this young man, he's in spirituality too. And I gave him a try. I was like, okay, maybe you mature enough to be with a woman like me. I was like, maybe you the one. But at the same time, I kind of knew he wasn't. So, but I did anyway. I had my reasons. And it was one time. And he wanted more. And I was like, no. And so when he found out that I was with my divine, he wanted to fight my divine. And so I had found out a few months ago that he had he's still upset about the fact that I'm still with my divine. And he was like, so this young guy told him, he said, he was checking me out, and he said, I wouldn't mind being with her. He's like, told him, you can't handle her. So what I'm thinking this conversation went on because other people said, you got that WAP. And I heard it and I ignored it, right? And it was like going on for a couple weeks, and I just ignored it. I really did, y'all. I ignored it because I was like, what are you talking about, And so with that, so my thing is, the karmics around here thinking that the sex is the thing that got our divine masculine hooked and got our divine masculine coming back to us. No, they ain't. So they really don't believe in the divine connection. They really don't believe that there is a special person in your life that's supposed to be there. They don't believe that the Most High God had created 2 people to be together to finish something that was started before the beginning of time. You know, they don't believe that you could have a divine connection that was that's being brought together from the Most High. They couldn't believe it, so they thinking that it's sex. And so I'm like, this is so crazy. And how now? 30 minutes done passed now, so she got to show her true colors. So she's like, you need to give me your number. And she said, I'm saying you could call me. She said, you call me, and because she's a trainer, and we'll work out and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going along with I'm going along with it, yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. Whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever we have to, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'm all hype and feeling good because, it's so weird how when she came, I became even more like hype. Like, yeah, what's up? Like, like I'm ready for whatever it was coming. You know what I'm saying? Spirit know more than me. So